Hey, Russ Whitney here. How are you today? Hope the day's going good for you. Mine has been really good. In many of my training sessions or coaching with clients, whether one-on-one and in a group, I usually like to start off by asking them why they're here, what motivated them. And, generally, pain is much stronger than pleasure. People make decisions for two reasons, either to get out of pain or to gain pleasure. And if I was to ask you which would be the most dominant, a lot of people pick pleasure because they think it's the right answer. But I know that wasn't it for me. Mine was pain, for sure. I wanted to make money. I wanted to be a success. Didn't know how to do it. Sent for lots of these business opportunities that didn't work, and I could have easily quit. Luckily, I thought they didn't work because it was my ignorance or my youth or my inexperience. So I'm going to ask you, why are you here? Just a chance. Why are you talking with me right now? Are you tired of the day-to-day routine? Are you tired of the 9-to-5 job? I know there's a lot of laying off going on. I mean, I know unemployment is up right now. But a lot of companies have downsized. People have spent years at these companies. Next thing you know, out of a job. But that could be you. Maybe just looking for another way in case it does happen for you to make money. There's nothing wrong with exploring ways to make money. Right now, there are lots of opportunities on the internet, but you have to be very careful. And I probably don't have to just tell you this. Our average, I'll say average, but our best client for our coaching or training programs are generally a baby boomer, someone that's 35 to 65 years old plus. Now, there are younger ones that come in and benefit as well. But that's the person we look for. That's the perfect fit for us, but not the only fit. And I think we're going to be the right fit for you as well. Nobody has a better track record on training people on positive thinking and motivation, getting them out of the fear of failure. Our training include resonation like this. Just think about this for a minute. Most of us have no independent thoughts whatsoever. And I know that sounds crazy at first blush. No independent thoughts. How does that happen? What most of us have is what mom, dad, brother, sister, preacher, teacher put into our brain. And you know what? Most of that is on, unfortunately, human training, which is really has nothing to do with how the world really works. And part of our trainings, I went on in 2008 on a 20-country tour mission. I went on a sabbatical for almost 5 years. And my reason for that was I wanted to find out what's the point of life. Why do some people succeed, some people don't? And what is life truly about? It seems in most of our lives we take 2 or 3 steps forward and then 4 steps back. Relationship issues, then there's a financial issue, a trauma in the family. And a lot of times, think about this, I will ask people in these trainings, one-on-one or group, and these are questions I want to resonate with, to really confirm why you're here and what you want to do about it. Are you right now, or do this with me, let's say you were doing a training event with me, and we ask a group of 1,000 people, if we ask them, how many of you right now are either in a struggle, coming out of a struggle, or about to go into a struggle? What do you think the answer would be? All of us. What I learned on this trip, that the gift for your future is in the struggle. That's how the universe was made. The universe was made to have struggle, to build the soul, to build the experience. If we didn't have struggles, we'd have no reason to be more patient, more kind, more tolerant, more forgiving. You have no reason to try to better yourself, to make more money, to be able to give more. I think that's why you're here. And most people are, oh, this happened to me, oh, that happened to me. Why did this happen to me? Whatever those things are, you know them for you better than I do. But I don't care how many millions of dollars, I have struggles too. Money doesn't fix those struggles usually, unless it's fixing a car. But what about the heart? What about the fear? What about the future? It doesn't fix those things. So when I say the gift of life is in the struggle, if we didn't have struggles, we'd have no reason to try to be better people today than we were yesterday. We'd be laying on the couch eating bonbons. The struggle is what builds the soul, what builds the maturity. It's what makes us better. And so now we have a reason to be better tomorrow than we were today. And that only comes through feeding the mind. You see, feeding the mind, it's what I call mind feed. Feeding the mind is like feeding the body. You eat every day because you don't eat, you'll starve and you'll dehydrate. Everybody knows that. If you feed your body the wrong things, you'll get fat or you'll get sick. The same is true with the mind. If you don't feed the mind with positive things, continuing on with this type of stuff, and I think by now you know that I know what I'm talking about. I've seen every woe, every problem you can imagine with 6 million people going through our training events. And most of them are the same, and they're the same mistakes, you see. So if you don't feed your mind with positive things and good things, if you're reading the newspaper and listening to the news, all you're or listening to your peers, all you're getting is rape, pillage, plunder, recession, depression, and that can beat a person down. You know, they say that your income average will probably be the average of the 5 people you hang around with most. You know what? If you want to get better, you got to hang around with better people. If you want to make more money, you got to hang around with people that are making more money. And that's the opportunity we lend. And one of the things it does for us, so it's not just me saying, you know, I'm going to help you. I'm the end all be all. You know what? One of the benefits that I get out of this, every time I work with folks just like you, on our coaching calls, which if you click the button, you can get a calendar appointment for that. A free call. We'll have an evaluation and we'll work on where you're at, what's holding you back and why, and what do you want to do? Because real estate isn't the only thing that we work with. We work with investments, we work with internet businesses, we work with leadership skills, we work with communication and negotiation. All that is involved in all of our trainings, whether by phone, internet, or in person. So it's something you should investigate. And I'm going to tell you why you want to do it with us in a minute, because the seminar and training industry has changed. So feeding your mind with positive things. Now look here. I have right in my car right now. I'm listening to Maximus Aurelius's meditations constantly every day. I take in good training like this, good direction that we give, motivational books. Those are important. Now you do have to have the mechanicals for the making money, but I'm going to tell you that changing the mind is important. There's a lot of negativity in the world. And I tell you this, nobody, you never see the press or the crowds hanging around the loser's locker room. The press is all over at the winner's locker room. That's where you want to be. And that's a choice. Nobody is given a sentence of negativity. Nobody's given a sentence of failure. Those become choices. What I want to do is help you make better choices. And when I work with you, as I was saying, I get to spill my own medicine on myself. You know, I can't go, you know, talk what I've talk, share what I've learned without walking the walk. And that's what we do here. That's why we're probably the most reputable training company there is in this field. So let me switch gears for a moment. The seminar business changed. You know, I started way back, as I told you, in 1984. I failed. I didn't quit. And then, boom, one day it takes off. You know, the only way you fail is if you quit. Just don't quit. Let us give you a shot, a rejuvenation of real strategies that can help you financially and personally. The things we do every day, the routines we follow every day. And you pick and just choose what you like and what works for you. See, when I started seminar business, we were selling the books and tapes, so to speak, because that's all we had. And my feeling is, if somebody just like this, us talking, if I get you excited and you believe what we're doing. And I give you a free entry level, costs you nothing. Except some time. And there's no follow-up to it, and it's something you really want to do, but there's no training, there's no home study materials, no webinar or video, like this is how I like to do it. Then you know what, then I've given you enough information to make you dangerous. I don't want to do that. That's how it used to be done. What I did was invented, or started, if you will, in that was 1996. When I started Whitney Education Group, we had 12 people. What we did was this. I got out of the training industry for about 4 or 5 years. I just couldn't get it mastered. So I did quit, I guess, temporarily. And what we decided to do was this. We decided to model our training after conventional education. Junior college and college. And I always talk about this. If a guy or a girl wants to be a lawyer, they go to 4 years of college, 3 years of law school, and they'll become a lawyer if they go to classes and pass a test. A surgeon, he can learn how to take a heart out and put a heart in if he takes the right training. So is there any reason why we can't teach you to become financially independent or even wealthy? That's going to be a choice of yours by investing in real estate or starting an internet business, teaching you negotiation skills, how to feed the mind, with what things to feed it. Of course, we can help you to get there. What I mean by that is we developed 18-month to 3-year continuity programs. So the model would be coming to a free preview training when we were doing seminars. We've changed because of technology and the internet. We've been able to deliver the same content, but at cents on the dollar, as you'll see shortly. So the average out there is doing what we did 5 years ago. Or I 2008. So you go to a free preview, 2 hours at a hotel. They sell you into a 3-day training for $497 or whatever it is, or higher. Some of them several thousand. And then they sell you this advanced training, which is mostly rah-rah, jump up and down, the Tony Robbins thing. Not that that's bad. It's a place people have to pass through. But you want to be with a serious player, and that's what I am. And if you get involved in our trainings, you're going to walk through multi-million-dollar duplexes on up to multi-million-dollar deals. But what I did is I decided to change it again. The industry has always followed me and then copied it. I can assure you every seminar company out there has copied that old, what I call an old model. They think it's new. Pick the biggest ones out there. I don't want to name names, but I'm going to tell you that model is beat because you're spending way too much money that you don't have to spend. Several years ago, yes. Today, we can deliver a lot of this digitally. Technology has come a long way. And so we've decided to be able to pass this information to you. What difference is it being here with me right now, or in a hotel room that you have to drive to, and then you're going to be sold this big bill of goods. By the time the end of it, you're paying $50,000 or $60,000 for a rah-rah session. So we've changed that model. We're delivering the same content for cents on the dollar and starting it with personal valuations. In the seminar, you can't do that. We're talking right now. Once you book your calendar appointment, all you got to do is click the button below. We get a free consultation. We get to deal with you individually. Where are you? What are your problems? What's holding you back? Is it financial? And if we can help you, we're going to tell you that. We think you're a good fit. We're going to tell you that. We're not going to bring you into a fold like this. We don't think we can help you. There's no future in that. And vice versa, you have to like what you hear. You have to trust what you hear. It has to be reasonably risk-free for you to dip your toe in the water. And if you could do all that, why not? So click the button and book your calendar appointment. Let's get your evaluation and let's talk.